Hi, everybody. This is Patricia Henry, and I'm so excited that you are here this afternoon or this evening. I happen to be in sunny California, so it's only 3 in the afternoon here, Pacific Standard Time. And for those of our worldwide viewers, sunny California with palm trees and ocean and snow. You can drive anywhere from my location. I happen to be located in Southern California, 2 hours, and you're in any one of those weather conditions. And I happen to live up in the high desert where we have sun and fun. But anyway, we're on this hangout because we're going to be discussing a wonderful subject. If you're a business entrepreneur, you want to stay tuned to hear what we're going to be talking about. It's about events that we have one shortly coming up where all of us on this panel, all of us are business partners and entrepreneurs. We're going to get together and gather in a particular location. I'm not going to, we'll just hold off on that, leave a cliffhanger, and you'll find out where we're going to be meeting. But you can join us too if you really want to. But Andre, you want to take it over and introduce yourself?
Yes, this is Andre down here in Jacksonville, Florida, and as Patricia just said, what events can do for you and your business. It's kind of funny how we all met together in several different events, and with the one coming up literally next week, kind of stoked about this, kind of excited as far as what we're going to be learning too, and just some of the I'm going to share some of the points we're going to share later on today. I'm not going to keep on running my mouth any further. We'll just go out to New Mexico before we go any further.
Hey everybody, Aaron Martinez here from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's 3 p.m. Mountain Time here, and it's been kind of a rainy day, but it's also been kind of nice. Like the temperature's been perfect the past couple days, and I really love this time of year, spring, and getting outdoors and everything. So anyway, I'm looking really forward to the event that we're all going to be attending here within this next week. It's going to be really awesome. It'll be cool to get our panel together because we all come from many different places, and it'll be cool for all of us to be in the same spot for once. So that's going to be really cool, and yeah, just super excited about it. Super excited about what we're going to share with you today, and I'm going to turn it back over to Patricia right now. So.
Well, thank you guys. Um, Let me see. Events. What do we know about events? Let me see. They're fun. They're exciting. You get to meet different people from, like I said, all across the globe. Because let's face it, when we're here on the internet, what are we doing? We're working on our computers all by ourselves. And even though we may have friends and family, sometimes they don't understand the excitement that we feel from working on our online businesses to bring in the bacon, so to speak, or the money with what we are doing. And that being the case, um, like I said, not everybody is alienated in our families or friends of what we do. But when we get together at events, we have like minded people who are focused on the same goals as we are in our businesses. And for me, my first event, actually, when I went to my first event, I'm like, what? I didn't take a picture. I wasn't prepared. My husband did go with me because he was supportive of my business, but it was all strange to him. I had been to company events before, but my husband had never done an online business, and nor had he done an event the way I had in my business career, whether online or offline. So, Aaron, what has been your experience? It's your first event or whatever.
This is gonna be my, I don't even know, I've lost count of how many events I've went to because I went to many different events for different things, but the one I'm about to go to is special for me because a year ago I went to this exact same place and had some of the first major breakthroughs I ever had. It wasn't my first event, but it was probably one of the most special ones because of how things just started to come together. And that's something that's really important about attending events is you'll have these moments that things will just all of a sudden make sense. They'll start to click, and it becomes real. Like that's something that's just been really, really awesome about this whole experience is that, like Patricia was saying, yeah, we're all alone. We're working on our computers, kind of in the comfort of our own home and everything. And we see all these other entrepreneurs online all the time, every day, through social media and through other means. And it's not as real as it is when you're actually in an event with everybody in person. It just confirms that you're doing the right thing, that you're doing, what really excites you, and there's no energy anywhere that I've ever experienced that's quite like the energy at a live event, especially when everybody's mindset is just elevated. The attitude, the the willingness to lift everybody up that's there. And that happens online too, but it's not quite the same. And so that's what I've appreciated the most about it, is just networking, connecting with people, and hanging out with real, true friends that just share the same vision as you. And it's done wonderful things for me and for everybody else I've ever met at an event as well. So yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, and Andre.
Oh my goodness. Oh, where to begin with events? Let me take it back a little further before the community we joined in, because I know one thing for me to join this profession, the main thing I saw was just like, oh, that's it. That's my chance to go play overseas. I've been playing semi-pro football, American football for those watching overseas for the last 9 years. And at the time when I was doing offline network marketing, when I went to my first event, it just really built that belief as far as, okay, you're seeing people that are making it happen. You're seeing people that really struggle. You think you have it bad right now where you are financially, not saying that, not putting it down or anything, but I mean, some of the people that are on stage, they've been through a lot of the ups and downs as far as, the struggles. And they just got a chance just making it happen and saying, you know what, I'm going to make this happen. That's it, period. And I know my first event with this community, my goodness, it was almost 2.5 years ago. This went over. When you come into an event, it was in Denver. When it's over 5,000 people, you're like, okay, this is how you do it here in the community. That was mind blowing as well. So it's just pretty cool just to see people that, since we're mainly online, get to see them live and just see that they're real people. Though they're real genuine too, as far as we really wanted to help you out. Whatever questions you might have, just new connections that you make, and it's real sweet. It is real sweet when you get a chance to meet a lot of new people too, and you meet a lot of new connections. That's again, as I wanted to mention earlier, that's how we all started here in this panel. It's basically from events, and I know well over a year ago, that's when we really got started all together. And I know. It was almost 2 years ago, and I don't know if he's on there. I see him out there, but I know that's how when Ian and I met too, when we got started. And that's the main thing too about events too. You're gonna meet people that can be friends for life. It's pretty cool about that too. And then as we heard not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, on the webcast this last night, our founder he mentioned that you might meet your future spouse at an event, which is true. I've seen a handful of events. Aaron, I've been to a lot of events too. My goodness, if you want to count webcasts as well with this community, I've been to 10 events. This will be number 11. So it's kind of loaded as far as what you're going to learn. So, oh, sweet, he is on. So if I keep on running my mouth any further, come on out here. I got to hear your experience, man, about events, because it's kind of funny like how we met, but I want to hear it from your own mouth, man.
I don't even know where to start. Where do I start? Yeah, events have completely changed my life. I mean, the first time I went to an event was like probably a year and a half ago now. I even lose track of time. But and if anybody who's watching it doesn't know my backstory, I'm kind of like out here on the phone. I kind of so easily, especially for me, I don't know. I guess it's easy to feel isolated and feel like you're on your own, and I guess perhaps working on the internet maybe you feel like that a bit more often. But like once you get to the events and you get to being able to talk to someone face to face, it just makes it all that more real and all that more yeah, like you probably already talked about already, that that belief that you can do anything you want to when you just really you focus all of your energy into one particular area. And that's what I decided to do. When I got started in this community that we're all a part of, I knew, once I committed, once I got all in, that I knew I had to get to an event. But before I'd never traveled before. I'd never, so I'm in the UK, and it was getting, taking that journey over to the US to get a part of all these people who I never met personally, and never really spoke that much with too many people before I got to an event. Didn't really have that many friends on Facebook or that many connections before I got to an event. I've never flown before, never even gone further than 100 miles of where I am now in the UK. And the way that I've been brought up, or the way that our family had worked, we never really had holidays. Every day was maintaining the farm, just the cycle of life, but it was all based around the farm. And there's no such things of going and traveling, venturing out and experiencing what else the world has to offer. And so me being, I don't know, younger or whatever, it was curious, and I was like, I've got to go, and there must be more to life than just every single day. Every holiday that's a typical holiday, or if you're working a 9 to 5, you get weekends off to go and do something else, or you get Christmas Day off, or you whatever. But when you it's like minus whatever degrees and it's freezing cold on Christmas Day, and you're there trying to freaking start the tractor because the tractor doesn't start because the diesel's frozen in it, and you're there underneath the tractor with the hairdryer trying to make it start on Christmas Day morning because you've got cows to feed or whatever, then it's like that's actually pretty exciting, and not really the boring story that was why I decided to get started online, because of the repetitiveness of everything. But I guess it's repetitive to what you get used to, in the routine of everything. Because anyone who has never done what I've grown up around would probably think, oh, it's really interesting. I might, I'm really curious about what you do with your life. But when you get in that routine of doing the same things over and 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 over again, and you realize that you can do what you've been doing the same days, you can do it so easily that it just becomes it's like so easily to get into that routine, and that I guess that's what makes us all come together in this community is we're all looking for more out of life. We all realize that we have a higher purpose here to do something that's greater for more than just ourselves. We can do something that can inspire other people to really live that life. They want to live that life on their own terms, to do what they want when they want, what they want, with who they want to do it with. And I've forgotten why I started rambling, but I rambled on about something. So I guess that's the whole point, is you can talk about anything you want to, and just be who you want to be, express who you really are. And if that wait a minute, what was the point again? Yeah, and then so that's why I went to my first event, is to make it feel and to bring it all back together, to align with people who are moving in the same direction as you. We're all here for more. We're all looking to get more out of life, and we're all here for more than ourselves, to really learn and grow, and become better versions of ourselves, to live out life on our own terms, and do what we want when we want, who we want to do it with, and have a business that allows the flexibility to do that. You can work from anywhere in the world. You can work on your own time scale, because it's on the internet. You're putting things out there that people can see over and over and over and over and over again, like that phrase, online real estate, and it really becomes like that when you plug into some of the things that we have here. But it's like, I'm not sure if any of that made sense, but yeah.
No, it did, definitely, because with we do know your story, and people who are watching us, they can click the link below and they can follow us and join our weekly hangouts. Because again, like with Ian, he said he's a young person, he's on a farm, and he was isolated, as he said, all by himself. So we could come together weekly here as a team and business partners. But again, having events, live events where you can actually see each other in person is something that is extraordinary. Um, we have company events every 3 months, by the way. So that's how you could get to meet us if you decide to click that link below. But and then don't forget to comment. I know a lot of people who are new on here, maybe they don't see the link, but all you have to do is scroll up and down. You'll see a comment box where you can leave a link and tell us you want to join us. You want to see us every week here and on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern, but you also want to meet us once you join our company in person at one of these live events. Like I said, for me personally, when I went to a live event, my very first one, I was kind of awestruck because I saw all the leaders, I saw all the people online, and I still am because every time I go, it is a whole new experience. We happen to be going back to, do you want to tell them, Andre, where we're going now? Did you say? But we're going to this fantastic place. If you follow any one of us, you're going to be seeing us doing videos there. You're going to be seeing us interviewing the leaders. You're going to see us doing a live broadcast with ourselves promoting our hangout here that we do and our promotional video that we're going to shoot for each other, because all of us, it's like I said, it's rare to get all of us from across the globe to be together. And so these events afford us the opportunities to do this. We're missing one more person, Neil. He's also from the UK. He may hop on, I hope so. But at these events, we get a global community that comes together, and we get to, like I said, bounce our ideas off of one another. You're in business, but you're not alone in business.
Yeah, another thing to add on with that as well is what you just mentioned too is learning from some of the leaders too within your community, and obviously the results not typical. So see average earnings below income disclosure because of results not typical, but they do vary and they are very possible. And one thing that I know a year ago when Ian, Neil, and I were all rooming together was, we just pretty much like, we just had a game plan as far as laying out what we want to mention as far as different topics for, like, my goodness, had it been set for like to the next event, the next 90 days. And that's the cool thing too about doing these events too, besides taking the pictures and the videos too. You're gonna have so many different ideas as well as far as what your content you want to share, and just continue to keep out more value out into the marketplace. So that's a cool thing too. And for those that are kind of curious, what your followers, the people on your list, they're going to be even more curious as far as they're going to be asking, okay, what is it that you're doing? Because I know I know Neil and I are already talking right now. We're going to be doing a lot of videos talking to each other back and forth too during come next week, and so we already got stuff laying out here for the next few months. So stay tuned for that because it's going to be pretty cool, and that's what I was mentioning to Aaron before we got started live. If this laptop is messing with him, just kind of pop up too. Because trust me, we're going to be talking a lot here for the next coming weeks, and like I said, next coming months as well. So we're stoked about that as well too. And then obviously too, you get a chance to take pictures with the leaders as well. If you're in the home-based business and you got a handful of friends, perfect example like on Facebook, you probably see people that go to company events and they're just taking pictures and going crazy. I know I've seen that my timeline as of late too, and that's good too because this being around that energy, I think Aaron mentioned that earlier too. It's a different energy. It really is. And for whatever reason, as I mentioned earlier, playing football, it always helps me out to the next game too. I always go kind of crazy in the next game because I'm so amped up. We had an event, if I'm not mistaken, webcast in Miami a few months ago, 3 months ago too. And it's funny after watching that thing. Go figure, my team went on to go on a 7-game win streak. Obviously, obviously results not typical with that and anything you're doing. But like I said, this it's a different mentality too, and it's pretty cool. Just like I said, get a chance to hang with those people, and then again, get a chance just to refocus. Another thing, just refocus as far as all right, what it is that you want to do. You know, we all get beat up in the world. It happens, but it's just to help your refocus and just put your energy back on track to what your goal is. Because Napoleon Hill mentioned Think and Grow Rich. You know, the goal doesn't change. The plan might, but the goal doesn't change. So that's the cool thing about events, is just to help you redirect that plan that might be all like this, and just try to get right back to where that goal we're trying to go after. So that's what I wanted to mention as well.
And then I have something too now. The average person that might be looking at this and is not an entrepreneur for our events, we're talking about taking pictures and videos. Well, what is the end result of that? Do we just take the picture and we put it in a photo album, or what? Of course, it's going to be uploaded online. Or if we do the Facebook Live now that we have that wonderful feature, we don't have to take the video, upload it, and all this. It's boom, it's right there. So it's going to be very interactive, which I'm excited about. But we take these things, get links, and we put them on our blog. And actually, because we're business people, as I have stated, and entrepreneurs, we all have a blog, and that is what you could have as well, you know, to catalog your life and your business on the blog. And that is what we do with it. It's not going to just be stagnant in a particular place. You know, you take the picture, like I said, and forget about it. You can share this experience on the social media platforms through your blog and get other people interested in joining us once again at our next event after this event, and use it in various ways to help promote your business should you decide to join us. But I don't know if you had any other thoughts, Aaron, because I do have a little list here of certain protocols or certain things that you might want to do you never thought about when you go to an event, and I'd like to help you get your mindset with that, so that you know you don't forget to bring something, or what to look for, or what to do while you're at an event. So, Aaron, you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I do. I wanted to touch on my first event experience, and you bring up blogging. And I remember when I went to that first event, I went by myself. The person that was supposed to meet me there wasn't able to make it, so I was there by myself. I was there solo, and I drove all the way out to Las Vegas, and I put my faith in it. I took a leap of faith and was like, all right, this is where I need to be. I'm gonna learn something. I'm gonna meet the right people, and sure enough, it happened. And it wasn't exactly the way I planned it out in my head, but it was still a really good thing, and it brought about so many other wonderful things. And so, in regard to the blogging, um, on one of the days we were there, the final day of the event, we actually had one of the top bloggers in the country, Neil Patel. I don't know if you've heard of him, but if you have, he was there. He did a training on how to write effective blog posts, and I was just totally blown away. I came back home and I just implemented that stuff right away, and I had hit this plateau. I was like, okay, I'm a beginner at this. I don't know what I'm doing. I came home, just my confidence just shot through the roof after that first event because of the breakthroughs I had and because of the things I learned and the people I connected with. Now I actually had a real community of people that I could just contact or call, and they knew exactly who I was. I knew exactly who they were. It just became this interweaved connection of people that I know I can reach out to anytime they can reach out to me. And anytime I've been stuck, I know there's somebody out there that can help. And a lot of times we get stuck because we don't know what kind of content to put out there as online marketers. And when you go to an event, you get so many ideas, you're taking so many notes, you're meeting so many people that you have ideas for months to come, as a result of attending events, things you've never even thought of, or maybe somebody said something in a particular way that you didn't quite look at it that way before, and now that inspired something in you to communicate it in a different way or something, or maybe you weren't that confident in the way that you were going to communicate a certain message or deliver it, but then you heard somebody else deliver it in a pretty unique way, and you're like, that just sparked some sort of idea and inspiration in you to to go out there and give it another shot. And that's what this does. It gives you another chance. It gives you another opportunity to grow and to be able to actually have the confidence to go out there and give it your best and attract the right people into your business. It's what it's all about. It's not about going out there and chasing people. It's about putting out like the best stuff you've got, and people will be attracted to it. And you learn like, things like just being confident and being authentic, and what was it? Being transparent. Transparency. That was a big thing at my first event that I kept hearing over and over and over again. And then like it just, once I started implementing all that stuff, it's like, all right, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be like a lot of these other marketers out there that are just spamming everybody and posting links to this and that. Like, I want to go out there and deliver value, and that's what you learn how to do because you see it with all the other people in this community that are doing the same thing, and it's like, okay, I know exactly what to do now. I know exactly what I need to do when I get home. You don't even have to wait till you get home. I just started doing things, right while I was at the event. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a blog post. I'm gonna shoot a bunch of videos. I'm gonna create content so that when I do have time to put it all back together in a blog post, it's ready to go. I've got it. I don't have to worry about creating the content. It's already there, and that's been some of the best stuff that I've gotten out of the events. And it's just a big, if you're discouraged when you go to an event, I guarantee you're going to come out of it not feeling that way anymore. You're going to be fired up about what you're doing, and yeah, that's what's been awesome about this whole experience. So yeah, that's pretty excited about it. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Andre, you have anything else?
Yeah, I wanted to mention something too that Aaron kind of sparked up an idea too. This is something that you can take with as well going into an event. And I know I shared this with another person too on our panel, Neil, a handful of times. No matter what your situation is leading up to an event, going there with an intention and as far as you're going to be willing to learn one or two new things. I've always had that intention in mind to going into an event, no matter what my situation is. For maybe the new person that maybe hasn't anything rolling, but they are taking the right actions. Don't go in there with the negativity or whatever. Just go in there with intention as far as like, I'm going to learn something that's going to really help my business. And I've always come out with something new every single time. And I got the pages of notes to prove it as well. So I've always thinking, okay, I'm going to just maybe learn a couple things here and there, but it always comes out to be a lot more too, because I already set that right intention. And goes back to what Aaron mentioned as far as being being transparent too, as far as being clear what you want. And we mentioned this earlier too, as far as Napoleon Hill mentioned this so many times, as far as having a definite major purpose. This is really helps to just like I said, we kind of dust off all those distractions you might have had the past a few weeks or months, and just really get redirected as far as your focus. And again, coming in with that mindset as far as okay, I'm going to learn something new, no matter what the struggles are. Some people come from terrible situations. It's unfortunate, but you have the mindset, and they're going to have the community to help uplift you to get rid of that negativity, just kind of push through. Because one thing that I've listened to one of our leaders too within our community, and Aaron, you know him really pretty well, Paul Hutchins. He's mentioned a handful of times on a call that he likes to have. He's Think for a Rich call, and he's mentioned here in the last week as far as you go through three things before the true success. You start off with a dream, you have to struggle, then you have victory. And that is true pretty much with any profession, any career you have. You're going to go through those three things. And this is coming from, again, when Paul Hutchins listened to somebody else in a conference like a couple years back. He said from Olympic gold medalist, Ruben Gonzalez, who, if I'm not mistaken, he said he was a bobsledder too. And he mentioned that his dad had always had him read autobiographies from successful people, and that's what he picked up on as a young person. As far as like, he told his dad, Ruben told his dad, man, all these people have the same thing. You got the dream, you have the struggle, then you have the victory. So that's again going back to what I mentioned earlier. Go in there with a clear intention as far as like, you know what, I want to learn one or two things. You might even have in mind as far as your own strategy that you want to do, but you're going to listen to some of the leaders that are making it happen with that same strategy. It's going to be like, oh man, it's going to just be like that, a good breakthrough for you to help you just really take off once you're done with that event. So that's something, again, I want to just mention as well.
And is Ian there? Yeah, it's late for Ian, everybody. It is what probably it's a little after 11:30 in the UK p.m. at night, coming up on 12. There he is.
It came off. That's right. Patricia, one other quick thing too. I got to share it too. And Ian, I'm glad he came back because now you're going to finish off the story like how we met too. It's kind of clear, and I think I mentioned this, if I'm not mistaken, the previous week, that before we all came together, we had an intention as far as like in the back of my mind, man, we got to do something. Got to do something live. Got to do something live. I know personally when I want to do something live, I want to do with a bunch of people that had no experience whatsoever. Not taking anything away from people that have done, what different, live things too, or especially at wherever too, as far as via video. But that's one thing, the intention I had. So I know it was like almost 2 years ago, Ian, when we when we kind of met each other too, when we kind of pretty much decided like, all right, let's go and do this. We both had the back of our mind that let's go and do something live. And I know I brought it up to him when I first met him like well over a year and a half ago, and he was like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. But I mean, again, it comes back to what I mentioned earlier as far as having that intention going into an event. And be honest with you, I had that intention like probably 2 events prior to before I met Ian. So that's something again too. What you never know. Who are the people? Not saying who are the right people. The people who's like you're basically in alignment with what you want. You're gonna have people that are gonna be wanting to challenge you in a good way, like an accountability partner as well. So it's gonna basically help step up your game as well as far as in your business. So Ian, you gotta go. I gotta hear your side too, because your reaction was hilarious when I first met you a year and a half ago, man. But I know it's a stretch for you as far as events as well for that first event in Orlando, man. But you gotta mention you gotta tell your side as far as like how we met, because your reaction was hilarious when I introduced myself.
I was hilarious.
Because you were looking at me like, huh? Okay. Again, I mentioned this a handful of times. This man did one video in a Facebook group that we're a part of. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it had been a month before the event. This is Orlando 2014. And I kid you not, this is the last day of the event. It was our VIP day. And I'm good with faces anyway. So, I mean, for those working online, I can start a conversation. You'd be like, who in the world is this person? I'm just good at recognizing faces or whatever. So when I got a chance to meet Ian, too, I'm like, oh, so you're Ian Clark. He just looked at me like, huh? I'm like, don't worry, man. I saw a video of you. You're like, oh, okay. And again, if I'm not mistaken, Ian, that was your first video you made, too. You were just like, just went out there and just put it out there, and just say, forget about it. And that's the thing, too, that we're trying to mention, too, as far as the events. They're going to help you get out of that limiting belief mindset, really what it is, too. And I just thought it was hysterical when we got a chance to meet.
It probably was pretty funny for people watching from the outside, but for me it was just like, this is kind of weird. It's like you get outside, you come out running, you go somewhere where you've never been before. It's like completely all new, and then some guy that you've never met comes up to you and say, "Oh, hi, how are you doing?" Like you've known each other for years or something. And I'm like, "Who are you again?" And then he's just like laughing, and I'm like, "Oh, this guy's curious." And so we get talking, and like, here we are, okay. And then I think we started sharing our stories or something, and I'm still kind of like out of it at this stage. And it's like we was talking about before. It's like you never think the way you think it's gonna go is never the way it goes. It always goes some other way that it wants to go, kind of thing. And that's the way it definitely went when I met Andre. We seem to have stuck together since then, and that consistency and that You know, when he first mentioned doing a hangout each week to me, I was like, you know, I was really not thinking about it at all. But I was like, I'm gonna have to do it at some point anyway, so it may as well be now. So, you know, you get into a business and you really, you know, want to make it work. You want to make it happen for yourself when you first get started. It's like, you know, well, at least I knew that's from the mindset that I had. You know, I knew point blank I had to do something live because that's what the religious say. So even though I don't feel like doing it now, I don't really want to get out of my comfort zone that much now. You know, I'm gonna have to do it at some point anyway. So we just went ahead and got it started, and thanks to Andre, we really made it happen, and here we are today, like a year on or something, and it's like it's just amazing where the world can take you when you take action, and just, you know, go with the flow basically, which is what happened, and that's how we ended up meeting, and then since then we're growing, and now there's 5 of us in total on this hangout, as we said, and, you know, who knows where it'll be a year from now. That's the amazing thing, because, you know, we're only just getting started.
You know, it was also funny too, because you remember after that event, the next one, or the first one event in Vegas, and I know Aaron mentioned it briefly, that's when we ran into Patricia. Yeah, I'll never forget, it was in the VIP lounge, because we were both like, yeah, we're thinking about going and get started something live.
Yeah, I was going to tell that story too, how I first met you guys, you know, at an event. And it was dark. It was in the evening, and here I am pushing 2 babies around. Well, actually, they were, 4 years old at that time. They hadn't turned. There were 5. They just turned 5, I think, at the event. So I'm pushing them around, and they were from my friend Valerie's. She has twins, and she has this double wide stroller. So I had gone there, and I'm taking pictures, and of course everybody has known they know the kids, and I would leave them too with a few other people who I would go snap pictures. But then I said, oh, let me come over and see who you guys were, and you had a spot at the table, and I sat down there with the kids, and so that's how we met at an event, right? And once again, it was funny too, because when you said that you wanted to do a hangout, I said, you had mentioned it to me, and I said, well, let's get Alicia to help us, right, to set it up. And sure enough, that's another thing. We have people that we didn't know how to do it, but you meet other people who have other skills and could do other things for you, whether we pay them or not. It's something that we can do with each other. We have a skill, we can help one another, because we all have a goal to get to, and that is to make money online so that we can be self-sufficient. We help ourselves, our families, and we can help others. So, but it was so fun to meet you guys. I still have, and of course I have pictures of that first get-together of us, but it would never have come about if I never gone to the event, or had never gone to the VIP room to sit down and talk with you guys.
You know, it was funny too about that too, and I gotta finish this connection, getting the dots together, how we all started, because also the last day of that first Vegas event, when Ian and I left, he was talking more so with Neil, and because we had a couple who had lost a dog there, and we were literally about to walk out of the hotel and get ready for our flights the next morning, and that's when we got the chance to meet Neil, because if I'm not mistaken, he went to went to over 15 people as far as wanted to get something started live, and all of them were basically had rejected him until he came across Ian and I. We literally would walk out the door. I think I spoke to him less than 2 or 3 minutes. It was so brief. I know he was sharing ideas to Ian, and I know he was listening to and talking with him. And that's basically how it got started as well. What Patricia mentioned is true, because going to events too with another person that said within her team, different team, the Superwoman team, that she helped set up the platform for us. And thank goodness I met her at an event like a year and a half ago as well. It was Charlotte. And I didn't know. I did not know at the time, because we had the intention going into Nashville a year ago. We got to get a platform set up for this. And this will happen. Lucia was wanted to do so. So thank goodness she was. And then I know, not mistaken, leading up to, I think it was the last event, no, the Orlando event, Aaron. That's when we got a chance to finally meet you. Cause I know Neil said he met you online via Facebook when we got the product from when Mike was helping promoting something that Ray had promoted, a product Ray promoted. And I know that's when we finally got a chance to meet you face to face. So I thought it was pretty cool in Orlando. But I know you had a lot of stuff to do too with the pipeline Prosperity Alliance as well too. But that was pretty cool to get a chance to meet you as well, man.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting how this all came together, and yeah, I've been it's been an absolute pleasure to be able to get on these hangouts on Fridays, and it wouldn't have happened without connections to people that go to events. I'm just straight up telling you the truth here. Like it's amazing, like how things just when you set an intention, how they just come about in your life somehow. Like it may not be the way that you originally visualized it, or maybe it may not be the way that you asked for it, but things do happen, and if you set an intention for something, just be open-minded when you go to these events. Like just accept whatever it is that's going to come your way. Like it may be unconsciously or subconsciously, I guess, and you just got to trust that things are just going to work out. And it may not be immediate, and it may not be with the people you think it's going to be with. I mean, a year ago, and I'm so glad that it happened the way it did. And so just go to an event with an open mind, and you could meet somebody just in passing, just like Andre and Neil met, and it could change your life. It could change the course of everything. And now because of that happening, we're all here on this hangout. It took a series of other events too, but definitely just go behind and to just accept whatever's going to happen, and just embrace it and go with it, because it could lead to something really, really amazing for you.
Yeah, and like the only person on this particular panel of my business partners, I have not met you yet, Aaron, because you're the newest one that has joined us. So if I don't go to Nashville, I'll never get a chance to meet you, right? Well, there may be other events in the future, but I love that place where we're going. Oh, I said it. Well, we've all been saying Nashville, right? Nashville is such an amazing venue. I wish, let's see, I have some pictures. I might be able to bring them up and do a screen share and show you guys some of what it looks like. Does anybody have pictures that they want to screen share from there? Or I should have put a slideshow together, but I didn't. Or maybe we should just keep them in suspense and have a hangout after this when we get back from Nashville and show them the pictures. But they can always go to my Facebook profile and click on my pictures, but they may not know what they're looking at. And some of them I do have them titled of where it is, but I had been posting about several weeks ago on my Facebook wall about memories of Nashville. That's kind of how I entitled it. But if anybody wants to bring that up while we're on the hangout, that could be cool. I didn't prep it, so I don't have anything really to show. But that's all anticipation. We can show them a snippet of what it looks like, and then if they follow us, any one of us, Aaron, Ian, Neil, Andre, and myself, and make friends with us on Facebook, I will be posting, like I said, a lot of live videos, YouTube videos, and pictures of what all we're doing there. But hey, so that's something that they could do. I wanted to share some things with you guys, if that's okay. Practical things about what to bring to the event, for instance, or some things that you can do that like I said, when I went to my first event, I had no clue of what to do or how to do it. And I have a friend who is in the same company that we are all in. She came all the way from Maine, all the way from there, and Maine in the United States, of course. But then there were people, again, who I met from other countries, and I didn't snap one picture. But at that time, I think I didn't bring a camera. I don't think I had smartphone at the time. I can't even remember, but all I know is I did not document a darn thing. So if people want to do something like that, they. Aaron, are you there? You're. Um, uh-oh. We kind of lost your sound.
No, he muted himself. That's all.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. I got it. So is it okay, Andre? You want me to go ahead and share some practical things with our viewers?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first of all, when I went to my first event too, since I had my first video, kind of like when you and Ian ran into one another, you had seen his video. I was like a celebrity. You feel like you're a celebrity there because I had done my very first video and people ran up to me and says, Patricia, not more than one person, several people, Patricia, I saw your first video on Facebook, you know? And that's how people kind of treat you, and especially it makes you an authority figure if you post videos and pictures and things of what you're doing on a regular basis, whether it's your lifestyle or that you showcase, or it is at the events. You'll have people that will come up to you and treat you as such. Then you go and you set your intentions. What are you there for the event? Like I said, you can take your pictures and you can share them on your blog, and set your intentions for how you're going to run your business with all taking notes, so that you can repurpose those and turn it into money for the information that you're going to get from the event. And mindset, like don't bring your negativity, as Andre brought out. You don't want to have a negative mindset when you go there, because otherwise you're going to make yourself miserable and everyone else around you. We're there to change our lives. That's what events do. And then I have a new acronym called CYTA. So after you learn everything, you're going to call yourself to action. We listen to a lot of information and we don't want to sit on it. We want to take it to a new level, especially it may be new for you, all the information that you're getting, and you want to implement what you're learning. But here are some practical things of going to events as well. Don't forget your ticket. Bring your ticket. We know that you can put it down, upload it, put it on your phone, and you don't have to print it out and bring your physical ticket with you, because they have all that information in the database of the company. So you can, one time I just even wrote my information on my arm. I wrote it there to remember my number, so that when I got there they were able to look me up, and they gave me my little, what did we call it, our lanyard that we wear during the event to identify who we are. Food and water. These events are long. We know they can go till midnight, or I think they're midnight or 1 o'clock. So you want to make sure that you're well hydrated and that you bring little snacks. Don't bring things that are heavy. You have a break. We have lunch. You can go out and then network with a lot of people there. But when you bring something, maybe bring a power bar or granola, raisins, whatever. Of course, your medicines, if you have any medical issues, don't forget that. You want to bring a power cord or power packs, because you're taking a lot of videos and you're taking, like I said, a lot of pictures. So you want to make sure that you don't run out of your power. I know that one of the events I went to, I think it was in Denver, and everybody was sitting on the floor and had their power chargers, their cell phones hooked up to their to the outlets that were all along the venue. Well, nowadays we know that airports and different venues have power stations for you to do that, but without having to worry about that, you just bring several of them. I don't have any particular models or brands that you can bring, but go to your local stores that you Radio Shack. Well, there's no more Radio Shack. Wherever popular place to buy all of your techie stuff, that's where you need to go, or online, Amazon, and don't forget to pack those in your suitcases. Change of clothes. Of course, we pack. We're there for 5 days. but you know, during the events, if it gets hot or whatever, and when we were at one event, it was so freezing in there. I had a sweater on, but it wasn't, you know, warm enough. Bring things that you can layer in. If you have babies, none of us have babies, but if you have, make sure you bring enough food supplies for that, diapers, you name it. Business cards, maybe business cards are something that we don't carry. We have our digital IDs all the time on us, but sometimes when you are trying to exchange numbers and everything, you know, to type it in, then you go, oh, there's somebody else I want to see, you know, not to be rude to the person that you're talking to, but you can just hand a card with all of your information on it, and then later they can, you know, have a bag big enough, backpack, whatever you have, to put all your business cards down in there, and then later you can Facebook friend everyone as you're on the plane or late at night or something like that when you're there at the event. Plenty of notes. Bring a notepad. You know, you say, well, you know, I can record it, or I have recordings are not allowed in the event as far as that's concerned. The sensitive information that, you know, it's later shared. However, when we're at the event, people are paying for this event to get the information, so you don't want to do that. But also, statistics quote our statistics can't talk. Statistics say that if you're taking physical notes on a piece of paper, the retention is better for you. So do it that way. You know, you can type it in on an iPad or whatever. You could type that fast, but physical notes are better. Tissues. I say tissues because I mean, there may be someone on stage that you might want to, you know, that lets out their story, that tells their story, that can be very emotional. And I mean, I've been choked up several times, but just in case, you know, you have to hand one to someone else, or you have a cold, hopefully you're not coming to the event sick. Money, credit cards, of course, that's a no-brainer. Make sure you have it, but we've had Neil left one of his credit cards at home. He thought he didn't need it, right? And that was kind of crucial. He did need it, so don't forget to bring something. You don't have to bring your whole wallet of every single thing you need, but bring that medical information, like I said, your medical prescriptions. In case of emergency, there's a lot of people coming from the UK, from New Zealand, from Australia, from Papua New Guinea. We have one teammate that might be in the Superwoman group. She may be coming from Canada. Wherever you're from, make sure that you bring vital information with you, even if you have a medical directive, and make sure that you tell your roommates that. Speaking of roommates, the event, we have several groups online that we connect with, that in case you need a roommate or someone that you can connect with. All of you men are staying together, I understand, but I'm staying with, uh-oh, I'm echoing for some reason. Uh-oh, I don't know what happened. Let me try this. Can you guys hear me without an echo? You can. Okay, for some reason, I'm getting an echo. I don't know what happened. But we already mentioned about taking lots of pictures and videos. And don't forget to bring your smile. You know, you have to bring that, because you're going to be taking a lot of videos. You could practice, you know, smiling. That's your best side. And don't be shy. I'm sorry I'm pausing, because for some reason I have this echo. And then what our leaders said the other night, if you guys were on our live hangout that we had, actually last night, David Wood is the owner of our company, and he said, you know, you don't want to just take the pictures, you want to be able to have social proof, because after all, we want people to know, like, and trust who we are. So you want to surround yourself with people who are producing results in their businesses as well as we are too, and then you want to get them to do a video, not just take a picture with them, but get them to help promote what you're doing online, so that you can take that picture, or that video rather, and put it on your blog, so that you could use that for your promotional videos and to get yourself out there. And so you don't want to just let that video be stagnant. You want to be able to promote it everywhere that you can. So this is something that we need to do when we're there at the events. We don't want to just be a dead log. We want to interact with people and get to know and truly know who they are. So that's about all I have. There's another thing that I did bring out in another hangout of sorts. If you can promote the event when you're there in Nashville, there is a particular website that I had gone to last time called smallbusinesstrends.com, and a few of the things that they suggested was try to reach out to local bloggers somehow online. You can easily maybe do that by Facebook Insights and try to target people who might be in the area that you could meet up with, or invite them to the event while you're there, so that you can meet with them perhaps and get them interested in your business. They might want to join right there on the spot. So just one of the little tips and tricks.
Also, too, got to share too as well that since we mentioned that we are bloggers too, and we talked about Facebook as well. Also, you got to keep in mind too that Facebook does have its own terms and conditions, and obviously the different regulations that they have. But when you have your own home base, as Aaron mentioned earlier, as far as having your own blog or platform, you can put all the information on there too. We have videos too. We mentioned as far as getting good content at events, or maybe just just want to just freestyle as far as writing. Just just have a thought too. Just wanted to share it on a blog post. You can put that on blog posts as well, and we have that for you as well. Once you click the Yes Let Me In link, so you can be in the inside too, and just give a chance just to have your own blog theme, have your own setup within it as well, and also again, just to put your content on there. It doesn't matter what company you're part of, or your traditional brick and mortar business owner, or even if you just want to do something different too. It's as far as just doing something on your own too. It's only $17 for a 2-week free trial, just to give it a shot, just to see the different the themes too, and again have your own information on there, because that again that's your own home base. And then on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, we mentioned that earlier. I think the tickets are still on sale for Nashville, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, get your ticket and come and join us for next week, because it's going to be real fun too. And it's what we just mentioned as far as different breakthroughs, the connections you're going to meet, some of the leaders you'll meet, some of the people you'll see as well, and then new connections. You never know who you come across too, as what we've already mentioned. I usually like to walk around wearing a Jacksonville Jaguar shirt, because I like to represent my city. That's not my team, by the way, but that's just something I like to do. And I've had some people come about me too when we had past events, as far as like, oh man, you're a Jaguar fan. I'm thinking back on mine. No, I'm not. I'm just doing that to represent my city. But it always gets a good conversation. So that's the reason why I wear it. So I just wanted to bring that up too, as far as just preparing for an event too, and again, just come on and lock arms with us, and just see what we're about. So you have to be in the inside just to see exactly who we're about, what we're about too, and then again learn from some of the top people within our community as far as how they're building their business as well. So I had to bring that up as well. Anything else that we want to mention?
Listen to what Patricia was saying, because otherwise you forget your laptop charger, and then you have to go around looking in malls and stuff for replacements, which cost like 3 times more than they should do. Not because of any past experiences or anything, but something did happen to me very similar last year in Nashville. So just a hint or a suggestion.
That's true. You know what? Also, I forgot to mention is I forgot my comb. I forgot a comb. I had another comb, but I forgot my comb, and I had to run down and buy stuff. So when you're packing, you're gone for 5 days. Well, Ian, you're coming from across the water, so you definitely have to remember to bring whatever. But that's another thing why we do like our community, because we can help one another. Like when I am there, I am babysitting some twins. I will be with my friend Valerie again, and I won't have the twins for that long. But it's like a sisterhood for us. that are the girls, and I'm sure that's like a brotherhood for you guys. And as partners, again, we're gonna all get together to do our promotional video for this hangout, and that several different videos that we could do, and that will last us up till the next event. That we're all getting together, and we're going to be able to do that. So when you come to the event, especially again if it's your first time, don't be afraid to walk up to those people, even if it's a leader, and ask to do a video with them, and they are more than glad to help you out, because after all, if they help you, they're helping themselves. Even if they're not on your team, we're all in the same company. So that person that you walk up to and you're thinking you're so nervous and you're afraid to talk to them, they are more than willing to put their arm around you and guide you and help you to do what you need to do to take your business to the next level. And like we just had, Paul Hutchings on, and we still have to get some wonderful leaders on our hangout, and they said that they're more than willing to help us. So, but I think it's us that are like holding back because we're a little afraid of that, but we don't have to be, and you don't have to be either. So at these events, get out your super powers and just do it, as they say, your call to action.
One more thing I'd like to add here is get testimonials from people and give testimonials. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like you're a leader yet, like just give testimonials for people, because the more testimonials somebody has, the more credibility it builds up for you, the more buzz it creates around your business. And I kind of made it a mission at my last event to do that and to start implementing that, because I never had. And there's definitely plenty of space available throughout your blog and throughout your other marketing efforts to place testimonials as they relate to you and your character and your work ethic and your business. So use the opportunity to be around this many people and get a quick 2 or 3 minute testimonial from them on video. You could even do it now with the Facebook Live as well, so that makes it even more awesome, because you don't have to worry about uploading it. You can just record it on the spot and it'll just be there. Then later on you can go download the video and put it on your blog or do whatever you want with it, but you don't have to worry about storing anything on your phone or anything to begin with, which is really, really cool. So that's what I got for now.
Yeah, that's what I like about that. And I couldn't think of the word. You said it, testimonials. That's what we need to do. And that's one thing too I like about Facebook Live. And you could still get that link and you could put it on a blog. And you could still get the link, you could upload it to your computer, and it's still yours. It's not lost.
Awesome. So, shoot, I don't really have nothing else to mention other than this. Just go and lock arms with us, though, and we look forward to seeing you on the inside.
Peace.
With that being said, we will see you guys here in a couple weeks, and we look forward to seeing you then, though.
Bye.